Attention duelists. Banks here, bringing you Master Monday Watch and Learn. Let's get into the game. Kashtira Punk. Sets cross out. Sets Garuri Punk. Passes. Opponent sets 3 cards and passes. Activates their Punk card, targeting the opponent's set middle, which was Secret Barrel. Draws Madam Spider. Passes their turn. High Octane Stuff to start us off the week. Opponent resets a card in the middle. Passes. Draws Punk Xiaomin. Opponent activates Trap Trick, setting away a Secret Barrel, setting a new Secret Barrel. Oh god, he's not going to play Punk stuff because it'll automatically reduce his life points, and then the burn deck will really get him, so he's waiting for a back row wiper. Draws for turn, opponent activates Secret Barrel, burns 1400. Summons Punk Xiaomin, pays 600 to add Foxy Tune. Use Foxy Tune, sending itself away, and Droll Knockbird to summon Shirakusai. Shirakusai will use its effect, paying 600, fusing with Xiaomin to make Rising Carp. Rising Carp, tribute itself. Summons a Wagon and a Deer Note. Opponent activates Ring of Destruction, targeting Deer Note. Wagon will chain. Gets a card. Deer Note goes away. Both players take 2100. Deer Note's effect will activate, target Rising Carp, summon it back to the field. Wagon, pay 600, add Jam Extreme Session. Activate the Jam. Then Wagon and Rising Carp sync together for Amazing Dragon. Amazing Dragon effect, targeting the opponent's set card. Rising Carp effect, targeting the dragon. Opponent's Ceasefire will activate. Takes 500 more. Amazing Dragon gets the benefits. Jam Session. Banishes the trap card. Summons Madam Spider. Madam Spider adds Dangerous Game. Jam Session. Add Kashtira Birth. Disgusting. Activates the Birth. Activates Crossout. Declaring Unicorn. Banishing Unicorn. Birth will then activate. Summon that Unicorn that was just banished. Unicorn and Madam Spider make Baron de Fleur. Sets a card, swings with the dragon, and Baron for game. A lot of sitting there and wringing their hands until we finally got into it. Infernoble with ritual cards. Alright, what are you up to? Activates Preparation of Rites. Gets Ohime the Manifested. That makes sense. Use Ohime effect, getting the Great Makanko Ceremony. Discarding a Max C. Activate the ceremony. Opponent activates their Max C. Max C resolves. Ohime is summoned. Ceremony's effect, banishing itself. Sending away Water Arabesque. Then player summons Oliver. Tunes it together with Ohime for Baron de Fleur. Oliver effect, equipping itself to Baron and passing. And for Noble Knight Oliver means that Baron cannot be targeted. Opponent activates Feather Duster, Oliver is gone, Baron can be targeted. Opponent activates Dark Contract with the Gate, and its effect to add Vice King Requiem. Places Requiem in the scale. Requiem's effect will then activate, targeting the contract. Max C will chain. Opponent fires off a called by, targeting that Max C. Baron effect, negating the called by. Baron resolves, which means Max C resolves, and then Requiem will resolve. Pops the contract, moves himself forward, then uses himself as solo material for Divisor King Deus Machinex. Machinex will return a contract to pop Baron, gains life points, activates Abomination's Prison, getting Unchained Soul. Summons Aruma, uses the effect of the monster in hand. Garava, popping it, summoning itself. Aruma's effect will activate, but be stopped by Ash Blossom. Abominable Unchained Soul will chain to the Ash Blossom. Summon itself. Ash Blossom does negate the Aruma. Swings with all of his monsters for exact lethal. Unchained Triple D wins. Oh god. Floodgate Supreme. Summons Fossil Dining Pachycephalo, puts a Moon Mirror Shield on it, sets 2 cards, and passes. One's a Ring of Destruction, one's a Dark Bribe. Opponent activates Skystriker Mecha Module's Widow Anchor. Dark Bribe will activate in response to negate. Gives the opponent a card. Opponent activates Mobilize Engage, getting Afterburners. Activates the Afterburners. Pops the Fossil Dyna. Moon Mirror Shield, pays 500, goes to the bottom of the deck. Opponent summons Rose, Ring of Destruction, popping Rose. Both players take 1500. Full speed passes. Player draws Nadir's Servant, activates it. Gets rid of Garura, getting Ecclesia. Garura will let them draw a card, getting Solemn Warning. Summon Ecclesia. Opponent activates Effect, Veiler in response. Ecclesia, not doing nothing. Sets their Solemn and passes. Opponent activates another Widow Anchor. Stealing Ecclesia, move to battle, punch with her. Passes turn. Ecclesia comes back. Player draws Pad of Extravagance. Summons their second Ecclesia, getting Dogmatica Punishment. That's it. Swings with both Ecclesias. Passes turn to Skystriker. 4 cards in hand, they better have something. Activates their third Widow Anchor. Stealing an Ecclesia, moves to battle, crashes them against each other. Passes turn. Player draws Unicorn, you're gross. Summons the Unicorn. Unicorn add Kashtira Theosis. Activates Theosis. Targeting Unicorn. Opponent activates Max C. Max C resolves, as does Theosis. Theosis summoning Fenrir. Unicorn effect, looking at the opponent's deck, getting rid of Kagari. Fenrir add Riseheart. Summons Riseheart. Riseheart getting rid of another Unicorn, banish some of the opponent's cards. Unicorn swings, and Riseheart with the follow-up and game. Well, it's the end times because the Floodgate decks are using Kashtira. Gross. There we go. Snake Eye. Pitches Raigeki to summon Diabellstar. Diabellstar will set Sinful Spoils. Summons Ash. Ash add Poplar. Poplar goes out of control. Summon Self. Add Divine Temple. Link Self away for Ling Kuribo. Poplar then sets itself. Activates their Snake Eye, getting rid of Poplar. Summoning Jet Synchron. Ash will send itself and Ling Kuribo away. Summon Oak. Oak will summon back Ash. Oak will then send itself and Ash away. Summon Flamberge. Flamberge and Jet will then link together. Make IP. Flamberge summons back Ash and Jet. Ash and Jet sync together. Make Formula Synchron. Formula Synchron draws a card. Jet Synchron pitching Psyframe Gamma. Summon itself. Jet and IP then link together. Make Promethean Princess. Princess effect. Summon back the Flamberge. Flamberge target IP. Put it in the back row. Formula Synchron and Promethean Princess link together. Make Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf summon back the formula. Activates the temple, putting a Flamberge in the back row. Sets their Imperm and passes. Opponent pitches Rescue Ace, summoning their Diabellstar. Duelist A's Divine Temple Snake Eye will activate, targeting Flamberge. Promethean Princess will then chain. Called by targeting the Promethean. Flamberge targeting Flamberge. Alert activating. Formula Synchron activating to Synchro. An Imperm targeting Diabellstar. And Elf targeting Gamma. Chain 9, all of it resolving. Gamma's brought back. Imperm negates Diabellstar. Formula Synchron will sync together with Flamberge, making Baron de Fleur. Alert will activate, returning Rescue Ace Preventer to the hand. Flamberge then moves up the old Flamberge, followed by the Grave, getting rid of Promethean Princess. Princess is negated by Called by. Divine Temple moves up IP, and Diabellstar is negated by Imperm. Preventer effect will then activate, banishing Alert. Baron de Fleur to negate Preventer. IP will chain to do a Link Summon. Linking together itself, Diabellstar, Psyframe, and Flamberge for a fully stacked Appaloosa. Baron says no to Preventer. It goes to Grave. Flamberge was sent to Graveyard, as was Diabellstar, so their effects will activate. Diabellstar pitching Ash in hand to summon itself. Flamberge summoning Oak and Ash. Ash was summoned, as was Oak. Oak will target Jet Synchron. Diabellstar will activate to set a Sinful Spoils. Linkuriboh will tribute Oak to summon itself. Linkuriboh summoned. Diabellstar sets the original Sinful Spoil. Oak will return Jet Synchron from the banish to the hand. And Ash will add Ash. Opponent's battle phase swings with Diabellstar at Linkuriboh, which will tribute itself. Then main phase 2 activates original Sinful Spoil Snake Eye, summoning Rescue Ace Hydrant, sets 1 card. Hydrant will attempt to use effect, but be stopped by Appaloosa. Duelist B passes. Duelist A, pretty well built up. Duelist B activates Contain during the opponent's draw step. Linkuriboh will chain, tributing the monster that was targeted, which was Ash. Linkuriboh is back once again. Contain whiffs. Baron de Fleur using its effect to pop the Hydrant. Bright Elf, target Formula Synchron, bring it back. Moves to battle, swing Diabellstar, swing Appaloosa, spring with the Elf, and Baron for game. As much as I don't care to see Snake Eye Mirror matches, that Chain 9 was pretty sick. Hey, another Makanko with Infernoble. Opponent activates 1 for 1, pitching Poplar. Ash Blossom in response to stop the pop. Poplar's effect will activate still, because it was sent to grave, put itself in the back row, set 1 and pass. Weakest Snake Eye end board. Player uses Ohime's effect, adding Rivalry. Discarding Angelica's Ring, activates Ohime's Ceremony. Kanko Ceremony, summoning Ohime. Then Ceremony and Grave will banish itself, send away Water Arabesque, activates Arabesque from hand, putting it on Ohime. Opponent activates Imperm, targeting Ohime. Water Arabesque effect, summon Hugh Lee, bouncing Ohime. Adds Spirit Walk off of Hugh Lee, sets 2 and passes. Opponent also full pass. Draws Jizukiru. Water Arabesque effect, attempt to activate. Opponent fires off Maxi in response. Maxi will resolve. Summons Hare, bouncing Hugh Lee. Add Mayawashi Dori. Ohime to add the Ceremony. Pitch Jizukiru. Activates Rivalry. Putting Double-Edged Sword onto Hare. Summons Hugh Lee. Mayawashi Dori onto Hare. Swings, bounces Arabesque. Sets a new card, which was the Ceremony. Puts Arabesque onto Hugh Lee. Passes. On it, set 1 pass. Ohime effect. Add Makanko Kagura. Pitch a Soka Pillar. Activate Ceremony, summoning Ohime. Swings. Does the damage again thanks to the double-edged sword. That's game. All right. Opponent sets a card, passes. Opponent draws for turn. They're playing Rescue Ace. Max C is fired off automatically, called by in response to the Max. Max is negated by the call. Activating Pot of Extravagance. Finish 6. Draws 2. Roll and lock. Sets 1. Summons Hydrant. Special out Fire Attacker. Swings with the attacker. Passes. Opponent full passes. Back to Duelist A. Getting their own Droll and Lock. Summons Airlifter, which will add Ace HQ. Hydrant effect will activate, adding Turbulence. Activate 1 for 1. Pitches Droll to summon Jet. Hydrant and Lifter make IP. Turbulence effect. Banish those 2. Summon itself. Then setting Alert. Rescue. Contain. Emergency. Then Turbulence and Jet sync together for Baron. Opponent activates Called By, targeting Turbulence. Turbulence go bye-bye. Moves to battle, swing with Baron. Swing Fire Attacker. And IP for game. Another Snake Eye. Opponent activates D Shifter and Max C immediately. Both resolve. Player set, pass. Player summons Ecclesia. Adds Dogmatica Punishment. Sets 1. Ecclesia swings. Goodbye, Jet. Jet is pre-banished because D Shifter is still in effect. Player draws Poplar. Pitches Flamberge to summon Diabellstar. Diabellstar effect will activate. Dogmatica Punishment will chain. Red Reboot activate in response, negating the punishment. Never punished. Player then sets Imperm in response. Opponent sets Sinful Spoils off of Diabellstar. Activates it, sending her away, summoning the Ash. Here it goes again. Ash add Poplar. Poplar does its thing. Summons itself. Adds Divine Temple. Activate the Temple. Put Flamberge in the back row. Link away Poplar for Link Rebo. Poplar goes to the back row. Ash sends itself and Poplar away. Summon Oak. Oak target Jet Synchron. Summon it back. Then tribute itself and Link Rebo. Summon a Flamberge. Flamberge put Ecclesia in the back row. And then he summoned the Poplar from his hand. Synced together his monsters to make Baron de Fleur. Flamberge was sent to the graveyard. Summon back the Oak and the Ash. Opponent activates Nibiru. Baron de Fleur in response. Nibiru negated. Jet Synchron, getting rid of the Diabellstar in hand. Summon itself. Moves to battle. Swing with the Jet. Swing with the Ash. Swing with the Oak. Swing with Baron. And that's the game. At Ignister. Yeah, sure, we'll end up on this one. Opponent activates what in God's name is that? Cornfield Coatl? Discarding it to add one monster. Oh, it's an illusion deck. First time seeing one of these in the wild. Adds a card that mentions Chimera Fusion, which is going to be Mirror Sword Knight. Summons Mirror Sword Knight, which will tribute itself. Summon Big Winged Baphomet. Oh, he's a real freak now. Big Winged Baphomet on summon will add Gazelle, the King of Mythical Claws, and Chimera Fusion. Activates Chimera Fusion, using Edgimp Chain with Gazelle for Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, whose name is treated as Chimera, the Flying Mythical Beast. The effect of Gazelle, King of Claws, and Edgimp will activate, along with Chimera Phantom. What did Chimera Phantom? Send one random card from the opponent's hand from the end of the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. All right. Fright for Patchwork is then added to hand off of the chain, and Gazelle's effect will activate, adding another Cornfield Coatl. Activates Fright for Patchwork, adding Polymerization, and another Edgimp. Chimera Fusion Engrave will attempt to activate, add itself to hand. Ghost Bell will say, "Nuh-uh." Activates Polymerization, using Chimera with Big Wing for Baphomet, the Mythical King of Phantom Beasts. Which just requires two monsters with different types among Beast, Fiend, or Illusion. Comes Chimera while in the field or in the graveyard. You can only use one per turn. Discard Fusion Summon. You can send one Beast, Fiend, or Illusion monster from deck to graveyard during your opponent's turn. Banish this card from your graveyard. Target one of your banished Beast, Fiend, or Illusions. Except this card. Special summon it. Activates its effect. Big Wing will target Mirror Sword Knight. Summons it back to the field. Sends away Barrier Statue of the Abyss. And Chimera will rip Achichi out of the hand during the end step. Passing turn, Mirror Sword Knight will tribute itself, summon another Gazelle King of Claws, which will add another Chimera Fusion. Opponent summons Achichi. Achichi add Picari. Blinks away Achichi for Dark Infant. Mirror Sword Knight will activate an effect, banishing itself in response to Dark Infant. It will negate the Dark Infant. Idol Reborn will activate, attempting to summon back Ignister Achichi. Maxi in response. Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, will activate in response, banishing itself, targeting the Barrier Statue. Barrier Statue says Dark types only. Turn passes. Player activates the effective Cornfield Coatl, pitching itself, adding Mirror Sword Knight. Summon Mirror Sword. Chimera Fusion, add itself back to hand. Mirror Sword Knight will then tribute itself, summon another Big Wing Baphomet, add another Chimera Fusion. Activates one. Using Cornfield Coatl with Baphomet, making Chimera the Illusion Beast. Games that can attack a number of times the spell phase up to the number of materials used for it, which was 2. If this card battles a monster, neither are destroyed by battle. At the end of the damage step, this card battles opponent's monster. You can change the opponent's monster to attack to 0. Effect Veiler will go off, targeting the Chimera Illusion Beast. Cornfield Coatl will activate in response, finishing itself to negate the Effect Veiler. Battle resumes. Gun Yuribo will activate, making no damage done, but Chimera will make Dark Infant 0. Achichi will then pop the Dark Infant, brings with Big Wing and Gazelle. Barrier Statue lost its attack target, sets one card in the back and passes. Player summons Picari. Mirror Sword Knight will activate, banishing itself from the graveyard. Picari effect negated. Activates Chimera Fusion, fusing Big Wing, Edgimp, and Gazelle, making Guardian Chimera. Yeah, sure, that's on brand. It's Chimera. Chimera effect will activate. Edgimp will chain. Oh, that's Edgimp Chain will chain. Gazelle, King of Claws, will chain. Gazelle, add Mirror Sword Knight. Edge Imp, adding another Fright for Patchwork. And Guardian Chimera, draw 2, pop Bakari. Opponent's got nothing. Duelist B draws for turn, got more than a full grip. Swings with their Illusion Beast and Guardian Chimera for game. And I guess that's how Illusion deck works. Neat. Well, that's going to be the end of this week's installment of Master Duel Monday Watch and Learn, episode 107. Thanks for all for watching. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Hope you have a good week. Bye-bye.